Hello YouTube world, welcome back to the workshop. Got a nice project this week. It's a piece of birch. I cut this piece of birch last year and I never got around to doing anything with it. Spent the whole of the summer in the garden underneath a piece of tarpaulin and it cooked it basically. Huge great split running down through the middle of it, but there's quite a sizable chunk that I can still use. And that'll teach me a lesson. If you're going to cut it, get on and use it. So let me just show you the piece of wood I got and what I intend to do with it. So as you can see, it's quite a big chunk of birch. You see a couple of big splits running through there. And as you can see, those splits, they run right the way down through there. But I'm quite lucky because that big split there actually runs out to the side. So this big chunk in there we should be able to use. So first thing I'll do is put it on the bandsaw, cut that off across there, cut that down on the side, and then see what sort of sizable chunk I've got left. As you can see, I've taken it onto the bandsaw. So I think what I need to do is start turning some wood and see what appears underneath all those cracks. As I say, I'm hoping most of them turn away and I'm still left with a decent sized bowl underneath. Right, so I started at 100 revs per minute. I'll get back to you when I get back to a usable sized piece of wood. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get cut this off. This will be my bowl here, and this piece here will make a very nice lid. So I'm going to get part of that off there, and then turn the actual bowl out of that. So that's the end cut off now, and we're left with a very nice shaped blank that we can turn into a bowl. So first thing I'm going to do, put a chucking point on the bottom, and just redefine that top. So I've sanded that down to 180. A lovely finish off there. I haven't put any wax or any sand seal on there yet, but I've got quite a big crack run through there still. Another one through there. I've got quite a lot of inclusion in that. So what I intend to do is I'll just open them up a touch, and then I'll get some of the brass filings put in there and a bit of super glue, and hopefully that will hold it all together. So I've been through, I've sanded that down to 180 grit. I've filled all there's a few cracks in there, and what I've done is I've filled that with brass filings. So first thing I'm going to do now is put some colour on there. Three colours I'm going to use today are the sky blue and the dark blue. They're both from the Hampshire Sheen intrinsic range. I do like them. They must have some sort of metallic pigment in them because you do get quite a sheen, and they do look different hues. When you look at them from different angles, you get sort of slightly different shades of colour. They're very nice wood dyes to use. And I'm also using a purple, which is I think from the Crimson range. I bought these down at Yandles one year. There's a guy down there who was colouring some guitars, and he was making beautiful colours on these guitars. Really deep colour there. So I'm starting off with the light blue first. As you can see, I've put my rubber gloves on. I don't think there's anything dangerous about this stuff whatsoever, but it is a dye and it's supposed to soak in, and it will soak into the skin just as well as it will soak into wood, so why take the chance? So got the rubber gloves on just for a little bit of health and safety concern, and I've started applying, and I'm applying the light blue first, although it doesn't look very light blue. It is. And what I absolutely love about putting wood dyes on wood is how it accepts the dyes. You've got end grain, you've got side grain, you've got winter growth, and you've got the summer growth, and it all takes the dye at different rates and different shades. I think it's absolutely fascinating when you put it on. I've taken coloured wood down to, I think I've said before, I belong to the Hampshire Wood Turners. We meet down in Eastleigh once a month, and I've taken stuff down there that I put wood dye on. There are some older, I should say, wood turners down there really turn their nose up at it and really feel that you should be doing this to wood, that wood should be shown. And I do say, you put dye on a piece of wood, you can really enhance the wood. You know, that really brings that grain out of there. And what's nice as well is that brass that I put on there is really showing through. It really shows up there with that wood dye on there. So, as I say, I started off putting on several coats of that light blue, really working it into the grain, and then I move on to the dark blue, give it a chance to dry, and then I'll move on to purple after that. Just working it in and building up the depth of colour as I go. Give that a couple of minutes to dry. Now I'm just going to give it some of this purple. See the depth of colours building up there now. I do like the way that silver still, or bronze is still showing through there. I'm just going to go over that now with sand and sealer. That'll just help blend all those colours in. So give it a bit more of a shine, a little bit of added depth. The way that purple runs through that grain there. And just apply a little bit of wax. Clean bit of cloth. So, now to hollowing. So that's the bottom of the bowl all hollowed out. I've just got to put a recess in there for the lid, and then I'll sand all that down. Bit of sand and sealer, and a bit of wax. It is quite pretty in there. There's a lovely bit of spalting coming through there. Bit of wax. Beautiful shine come on there already. The piece I've got in the chuck at the moment was the piece I cut off the bottom of my bowl, and this is going to form my lid. So the very first thing I want to do is turn that down until it fits inside of that recess on the bowl. Now I'm only going to get one shot at this because the back of that blank actually tapers away. So I'm going to do some very clever editing here that will make me look extremely clever, and it fitted first time. In actual fact, I probably had about 8 goes at it. Here we go, brilliant fit first time. So this now is the bottom of my lid. Just facing this off, just making a nice clean up cut across there. Taurus was a little bit on the low side, just a little bit on the high side now by the looks of it. So I'm just cleaning it off across here, and I'm now going to put a recess in there because I want to put that in. I'll put my chuck inside of there in expansion mode so that I just turn this around, and I'll just turn the top of the lid now. So that's going to be the top of the bowl. I want to get rid of most of this. Just put a bit of an OG in there because I'm going to turn a finial to sit on top of there. So first thing to do is turn all that away. Pretty much the shape I'm looking for. I've left that on there because I'm going to put a finial on there. I just needed to sand that down there, put some sand and sealer on there, and I'm going to colour that as well. When I come to, I was going to colour this, and I looked at it, and it was such a beautiful piece of wood with lovely white with the sporting running through it. It was so nice. I didn't colour it in the end. I left it as natural wood. What do you think? Leave some comments in the comments box below. Tell me whether you would have coloured that the same as the rest of the bowl, whether you would have left it. I was never quite sure whether the colour would have brought that grain out or whether it would have covered it up, but I thought it just seemed too nice to cover. As I say, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Would you have covered it in colour? Would you have left it natural? This is the finial or the piece of wood that I'm going to turn the finial from. It's just an offcut of that piece of beech. There is, I've got it set into the 4 jaws, so there's quite a big crack, the pieces in the jaws, and I'm hoping that doesn't run all the way through that wood that I can't see. So I've got a rough gauge now, and I'm just very quickly going to knock the corners off, just take it all down. And there's a lot of wood there that I don't need for the finial, and I just want to check it, just make sure there are no cracks running through it, and it does seem okay at the moment. So I'm going to start off, I've just got my spindle gauge, 3/8 spindle gauge, and I've swapped out my long tool rest just for a smaller one. And what I'm going to start off in there is just a teardrop shape on the end. So I'm just losing some of this wood, and that's the start of my teardrop. And I do want to leave that. I'm not going to take that teardrop down to a complete point at the moment. I'm going to just leave that last little piece just set in the centre, and that was just give me a little bit of added support. There's just a lot of wood there that I need to cut away. And this is probably the longest finial I think I've ever turned. And I do enjoy turning these. I suppose really I should sit down with and draw out a plan. But I just do it ad hoc, whatever comes into my mind at the time is what I turn. So you see at the end, on the left hand side, there's a teardrop shape on there, and I've come back down in and I've just put a small collar on, and then I'm just taking some wood away. This will be the base of the finial here. And like I said before, I dare say a lot of these shapes, they've got a, they probably have a certain names. I have no idea what they are. And if you've got the time, you look it up. Leave something in the comments box, perhaps you can tell me. So we've got the main bulk of it there, sort of a bit of a pineapple shape, I suppose, sat down in a small recess. And what I've done now is I've set my calipers to half of that spigot that I left in the lid. So I want to turn that down, just so it sits nicely. Just put another little ring in there, another little collar, and then go to sanding. I've sanded that right down now to 400 grit. I have to say that Beech does beautiful finish on that Beech. It really is a nice finish to it. And I've gone in now with sanding sealer. I was umming and ahhing whether this, because I was very tempted to spray black ebonising spray on there, but everybody does that. Everybody sprays their finials with that ebonising spray. My daughter did suggest that I painted it gold, because that would pick up on the bronze filler that I used to fill the cracks. And what I settled with in the end was I used some gold wax I'll put on there, and I felt it did come up really nice. So I really was quite pleased with that. So this is just the sanding sealer coming on here, and then I'll just part it off, ready to join with the lid. So that's going to drop down inside the hole I drilled in the lid. Let's just part that off. That's as far as I'll go with the parting off tool, because I'm a coward. Well, here we go, YouTube. Another finished product. Love the way the purple's taken through there. Leave some comments in the bottom down below. Do you think I should have coloured the lid same as the sides? Do you think I should have sprayed that finial with a black ebonising spray? Or do you think it looks quite nice? I don't know whether that's picking that out where I put that gold wax on there. I certainly brought the gold out in that Beech. Looks lovely. Quite pleased with that. So there you are, everybody. As I say, another finished project. Really quite enjoyed doing that one. I haven't done any colouring for a long time. Hope you enjoyed it too. So I'll see you all again next week. You take care of yourself. Bye bye.